What's up, guys? Welcome to Movie Emporium's Flashback Reviews, where we take movies from our past, break them down, and tell you what we think about them. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button below, hit the notification button at the top, to get all the videos that I process for you guys. Also, comment below on any of these videos. Tell me what you think, anything good, that you like about these movies, that you don't like about these movies, all that good stuff. So we're gonna go into a comedy, one that I think is highly underrated. A lot of people know it because it has two famous creators in it, but they didn't create the movie, or did they? I don't really know the facts behind it. And that movie, of course, is Basketball, which is directed by David Zucker, who did Airplane and The Naked Gun and Top Secret. And he also wrote it with another person. And this movie is interesting because it takes all the tropes of what we know Trey Parker and Matt Stone for doing and turns it into like a spoof comedy, which is this story is about a group of people, two people played by Matt Stone and Trey Parker, who play Reamer and Cooper, and they create this game where they take the idea of baseball, which is the outs and strikes and triples and doubles and singles, and then they use the thing of basketball where they shoot from a certain point, like in horse, they get like a point, a double, a triple, a home run. So it's using both ideas. You have an outfield, plus you have an infield, but you have a baseball ring, the thing for the running around. But you also have the idea of if they miss it, someone can trick shot it or jump it and get an assist, all that type of stuff. So they're mixing the two together, and it's pretty ingenious if you think about it because it's not the most competent of sports, but it's fun to watch. It's fun that these rules are set that they can actually it could legitimately be played in essence if they follow the rules properly. And so before anything happens in this movie, we find out that sports in general have gone the way of, corporate takeovers and, athletes who want a lot of money, who keep transferring to different places. Fans have disappeared. And you get the shot of this kid who was, really excited about, he wants to change the world. But then you get to the future, the normal, the present, and Reamer and Cooper are basically burnouts. They're just like they sit around playing video games all the time. They drink beer. They're scuzzy looking. They show up at a party and all they want to do is have sex with the women that are there, which is really funny because that type of humor for what Matt Stone and Trey Parker is known for. And they just figure out this game on the fly. They take on the two jock guys and they're really good at basketball, but Reamer and Cooper have thought about how to get through it, and they create this game. And during one of the seasons, I don't know how long this takes place after, like a few months afterwards, the game of basketball has gotten super popular, and it's gotten to a point where it's gotten the attention of a guy who's played by Ernest Borgnine, who plays Ted Denslow, and he offers them a contract. He's like, I will bring this to the mainstream. You guys do whatever you want. I'll be one of the original owners. And so this thing becomes, I think it was like 5 years later, this has become a massive phenomenon. And the phenomenon is teams around the country, fans have come back to the stadium. Everybody is excited. And this is what the story plays out because once Ted Denslow dies, the idea, because there's a whole thing going on where Cooper's like, he doesn't want to sell out. Basically, he doesn't want to sell the property. He wants everybody to be paid the same. He wants it to be pure. And then you get Robert Vaughn, who plays Baxter, who is that corporate greed that they're always talking about. And it's just fun to watch. It's just, he's a very slimy character. He pretty much convinces Matt Stone's Reamer to sell out in a way. And the way that plays out is really funny. And there's some good moments of real good jokey stuff in here. The way that Matt Stone is just a creepy, ugly guy, and he is just, the things he does, and then so on and so forth. And then you get the character played by Yasmine Bleeth, who plays Jenna, who is basically a person of pureness, and she is helping out kids. The kids really get excited about going to see, because they're called the Beers, I think the Milwaukee Beers or something like that. And her and Reamer start, or her and Cooper start developing a relationship of, he finds, it's kind of like in Major League with Tom Berenger and Rene Russo character, where they had a past, but they're kind of falling for each other again. That's the same thing here. They don't have a past, but they're starting to fall for each other. And then the way Matt Stone plays that out is kind of like misogynistic in a way, but it's really funny. It's really what they're known for. And so there's that whole thing dealing out where, you know, Cooper is starting to see the problems with what Reamer and Vaughn are starting to do. And then you have Jenny McCarthy's character, who plays a vet, who's the gold digging wife of Ted Denslow. And there's some really funny jokes in there that are played like sex jokes, but they're really just like, okay, is there like, you want me to shine your knob for you? And it's really, she's shining and golding knobs, or if you want me to, you want me to clean your floor or whatever. It's really funny. It's really disturbing in ways, but it's really good. But I think my favorite character in this movie, outside of the Matt Stone and Trey Parker, is Dian Bachar, who plays Squeak Scolari. He's a guy that gets pushed around. He's a guy that, you know, has Peter Pan syndrome, so he's angry, but he can't defend himself. He is just picked on nonstop throughout this movie. The best part is he's the, you know, I think the water or the electric or water guy, and he goes to turn off the power, the water, whatever it is, to Reem and Cooper's house. And, you know, he gets attacked by their dog, and he loses his job because he doesn't turn it off, and he lives in their house and becomes a teammate. And it's just a constant ridiculousness of his character that just makes this whole thing work and make it funny, and just, it's good stuff. And this movie is pure David Zucker, I mean, unfortunately, Abrams and you know, the other people that were involved with the Airplane Naked Gun franchises weren't involved here. But David Zucker, who went on to do a couple of the Scary Movie sequels, this is, I think, his last good movie. And a lot of people don't like this movie because it's too offensive and it's too disturbing and dark and uncomfortable. And I like that kind of stuff. I like the fact that you could take, you know, I don't know how, like I said, I don't know how much involvement Matt Stone and Trey Parker were in this movie. They probably had a lot to say, but this was the early stages of their career into the South Park universe that they were doing. So they may not have as much creative control, because you see in like Team America and stuff like that, where they have a lot more freedom and a lot more control over these parts, but they are given the characters that belong to who they are. Is they're, you know, they're willing to go to offensive routes to do what they do. But, you know, this movie just has a lot of great moments, has a lot of great just ideas behind it, a lot of great just interesting takes on just spoof humor. You know, the idea, just the simple fact of the whole basketball thing is just, it's a great premise for a great spoof style story. And the fact that, you know, Reamer and Coop get involved with this kid who's part of Yvette's group, and he's having problems with his like liver or something like that, and they take him out and get him drunk, and, you know, that stuff's really funny. And he promises that he's gonna hit like several home runs or however that works in basketball, and of course that doesn't work out. But, you know, then you get like Al Michaels in this movie as one of the commentators, and he has a lot of really funny comments and jokes that are on the level of Jason Bateman and Gary Cole and Dodgeball, and that stuff's really funny too. But just overall, just the fact that this movie is not only funny, but it actually has a lot of simple emotions to it. That's what makes it enjoyable for me. That's what makes it underrated. I put this in the camp of like a top secret, where not a lot of people either like it or enjoy it, or they just don't get it. But it has that level of just, they're willing to go there. They're willing to just be offensive for offensive sake, and they don't care. I like that sometimes. It doesn't always work in movies, but here it works to its full effect, and you're getting early Trey Parker and Matt Stone before they really became political and they really got into the serious nature of America in their comedy, in their South Park, and, you know, the stuff they were doing in the future themselves. But yeah, just everybody's having fun. You know, when you see Ernest Borgnine, you see Robert Vaughn, Jenny McCarthy, they brought their A game for this movie. And, you know, Yasmine Bleeth, she's good in this movie, but it just really hinges on Matt Stone and Trey Parker's, you know, character. They're willing to work well together, and that's why they're the creative geniuses that they are, because they have such great chemistry together, because they've worked so well together in a movie that's not even written or directed by them. And it's just, there's, like I said, there's so many good moments in this movie that you have to just watch it to just believe what's going on, because, like I said before, it's super offensive, it's willing to go there, and I love it for what it's worth. So, but that's it. That's my take on Baseketball. Let me know in the comments below what you think of Baseketball. Like I said before, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button. Follow me on Twitter and YouTube, all that good stuff. Find out what I'm going to do next. I have a lot of videos. I just did the MCU, all those videos. So, but otherwise, like I said, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for checking out Movie Emporium. I really appreciate it. If you want to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification button and the bell at the top. Find out what's coming next for Movie Emporium. Also, check out these 2 videos. They're amazing. I think they're awesome. I think you'll enjoy them too. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.